The way too early top 25 for the 2025-26 season on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with our promo code TCESGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That is the Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. Welcome, everybody, into the college basketball experience. Way too early, preseason top 25. I said I would wait till the portal closed, and then I would do a top 25. So here we are. The portal window is finally closed, and I will give out my way too early, first of many, preseason top 25. And I'm sure this is a changing list that we will add and subtract based off of a couple NBA entrants. There's still some big names in the portal, and much more that will have you covered all offseason here on the College Basketball Experience. But first off, I am Moneyline Mac, a.k.a. the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin.
It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Also known as Mac Tonight over here at the College Experience. And I am actually, I forgot to load up my top 25 graphics. So bear with me right now. I'll hit an ad real quick, actually, while I do this, because over here at the College Basketball Experience, well, support SGPN's free content by taking a second to give us 5-star and subscribe today. Head on over there and help us out today over at the College Experience and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Okay, like I said, it loading up here. Sorry, bear with me. I'm in off-season form right now, man. I'm not in mid-season form. I'm not as good as Colby on the slides, but I'll get them up right now because there we go. Loading them up now. Loading. I can tell you who number 25 is. There we go. That is the Texas Longhorns, year number 1 of the Sean Miller era. Brought a bunch of guys over from Xavier so far to start off his portal early tenure here. Miller, we touched on the Miller hiring last week. And kind of how we think it's a good fit at Texas just because Texas over the years has not been they're always in the thick of things. They're always in contention. They're always they're always in the NCAA tournament. But I felt like they were only an NCAA tournament national title contender when they had Chris Beard. Now, I know Rodney Terry took them to an Elite Eight, but that was Beard's team. Miller has not won the big game, and Texas has not won the big game. So they keep Trayvon Mark, and he's got some guys coming over from Xavier. Wilcher Simeon Wilcher will be in the backcourt as well, and then Weaver as well in the front court. Looking at Swain, and then they're trying to fill out the rest of this roster. That's the Texas Longhorns. Number 24, Mr. Russia himself, Mr. International, Brad Underwood. And the Fighting Illini, he's got Big Z and Big Z's brother, Ivizic, the brothers here, Petrovic at the guard spot, and then they got Stojakovic here from Cal. Boswell will be back running the point here. So I got the Illini at number 24. Underwood's just proven that he can really adapt here. And they've been going more and more international over the last couple of years. This is a different they're taking this to a different level. 4 starters here in the starting projected 5. Or way too early, top 20, or sorry, starting 5 here. At number 23, I got the Creighton Blue Jays. The Blue Jays of Creighton here in the Big East here. Bring over a couple of Iowa transfer, Josh Dix, Owen Freeman, Zujic at the point. They got Green as well, and then and McAndrew. So I think Creighton's just going to be a solid team this year in the middle of the Big East, make shots, and play the Creighton brand of basketball that we've been able to see and get to know over the last couple of years. So Creighton continues to roll under Greg McDermott. Could be McDermott's final year before Alan Huss takes over potentially next year. At number 22, I got the on Wisconsin Badgers here. I mean, they're waiting on Blackwell, but I think he's coming back. Nick Boyd coming over from San Diego State, and just a all-around solid core, in my opinion, with Andrew Rode, Jack Janicki, and then Nolan Winter. So I anticipate Wisconsin once again being in the thick of things in the Big Ten under Greg Gard. Mystery team here at 21, but I think they're going to have a chance to be pretty damn good. Kansas flying more under the radar compared to the last couple of years where they were preseason 1. They got Darren Peterson is the big touted freshman that everybody has fallen in love with. Marco Jackson's coming back. Jaden Dawson, Trey White coming in from the portal, and then Flory going to be the head over there in the front court after the Hunter Dickinson era finally ends. So Flory, bigger role here. Darren Peterson, the freshman. I think they're trying to build this like Duke did last year, where you got a freak freshman like a Cooper Flagg. They got one in Darren Peterson, and they want to build it with a bunch of role guys around him defensively that can do a bunch of different things. So Kansas at number 21 there in the Big 12, flying more under the radar this year. At number 18, I got the Vols of Tennessee. Headline Jacoby Gillespie coming in, running the point there from Maryland. I think he's a perfect fit for Barnes. You got Bishop Boswell, Nate Ament, Jalen Carey, and the big fella Akapara. The big headliner, the freshman. I mean, he's very highly touted, and I'm interested to see how he does translating into the SEC and year number 1 for the Vols. So it's good to have a guy like Gillespie here. And I think Tennessee won't be as good as they were the last couple years. I mean, they were 2 seed back-to-back NCAA tournaments, but I think they'll be really, really good, a top 4 seed once again. Number 19, I got the Alabama Crimson Tide. They got a lot of moving pieces here, post-Mark Sears era. But, I mean, they're going to be good. They're always good under NATO. It's Aiden Holloway, Latrell Wrightsell, Taylor Bowen, and Aiden Sherrill. I think Alabama, kind of like Tennessee, kind of like Kansas, maybe a little less expectations, is a little bit better. But I still think they're super talented. They're going to play Oats ball, shoot a bunch of high-volume threes, and I think that they maybe will be better defensively than they have over the past couple of years. At number 18, I got the Oregon Ducks quack here. The big fella coming back for, it feels like his 20th year, Nate Biddle. Incoming here, you got TK Simpkins is a nice gift from Elon. You got Pryor coming over from Texas, Goodman over from Penn State, and some other pieces. Kwame Evans coming back as well. So I think the Ducks will be solid. I like the way that they translated year number 1 in the Big Ten. Dana Altman's a really, really good coach, in my opinion. And I think that 18 right now is a good spot for them. At number 17, this is a hard team to gauge just because they lost a lot, but you trust the culture because of Izzo. Jeremy Fears is back. I know they lost a ton, but sometimes the Izzo teams are better when they lose a bunch of guys and everybody counts them out. Jackson Culler's back. Carson Cooper's back. Cohen Carr, Trey Ford. I still think Sparty's a top 20 team. So 17 right now for Sparty. Maybe add another piece to the portal. A lot of these teams in the 16 to 24, 25 range, I think need to add another piece. So the Oregon Ducks the Michigan State Spartans coming in at number 17 for me. All right, the defending national champion, Florida Gators, come in at number 16. The Gators, headlined by Xavier Lee, coming over from Princeton. A.J. Brown's going to be in the backcourt. I know they lost a lot. It seems like they're going to have more size. They got the same guys, but they're going to play 3 of them rather than 2 of them. Thomas Hall, they're waiting on him. They're waiting on Alex Condon. It sounds like he's going to come back, but they're still waiting on that decision. Ruben Chignillo as well, the big fella. So they got a bunch of guys. They will not be as good as last year because they do not have the depth at the guard position. But I would imagine Florida's also not done in the portal. They got a late start after winning the national championship. At number 15, I got the Iowa State Cyclones. Lipsy, Jefferson, Momchilovich, all back. Iowa State, death taxes. They're just solid. They're just rock solid, man. They're going to guard you. Otzelberger's been awesome so far. What's not to like with the Iowa State Cyclones? Nate Heiss is going to have a bigger role here. Blake Buchanan coming in here. So how does he translate in this Otzelberger system coming over from Virginia? I'm not worried about Iowa State. They'll be in the top 15, probably be in the top 10 at some point at some point this year if they can just stay healthy, unlike last year. At number 14, I got the Auburn Tigers. Auburn did lose a lot, but they do have Tahad Pettiford coming back. I know he's pending the NBA. I kind of would be surprised if he stayed in the NBA, but nothing really shocks me in this day and age. Kevin Overton as well coming over. You got Keyshawn Murphy as well. Keyshawn Hall coming in from UCF is the big get. I know they lost Baker Mazzara, Abdul Basir as well coming back here. So I think Auburn's going to be solid, man. Bruce Pearl's built a culture here of winning, and they're not your same old Auburn Tigers. So give me Auburn here at the 14th spot in my early top 25. At number 13, I got the Arizona Wildcats. They got a good core coming back. Bradley's back. Awaka's back. Crevis is going to be getting healthy here going into next year. I know they did lose Visar to North Carolina, but Crevis is a talented big. Maybe he comes back healthy and fulfills that role. So I got Arizona at number 13. At number 12, this team has a lot coming back, actually, for a Cal team. I got the Arkansas Razorbacks here. DJ Wagner, Carter Knox, Brazil's coming back. Akoff, the freshman, coming in here. I think this is a talented freshman class. Also bringing in Nick Pringle from South Carolina. So a lot of dudes here, a lot of talented guys. I know they did lose a bunch. Guys like Boogie Flan, Jonas Adu, but Cal reloads year 2. I think that the Arkansas Razorbacks will be just fine. At number 11, what a difference a year makes. The Louisville Cardinals are in my top 25, and not only in there, they're 11th. Really good get to the portal so far. The 3 guards that they got, McKinley over from Virginia, the sharpshooter, Conwell from Xavier, and Woolley coming over from Kennesaw. They also got the freshman coming in, Michael Brown. Hadley's coming back. Pryor's coming back. And this is just going to be a nice, solid team here. And they get Khalifa back off injury. So Louisville fans should be happy. Pat Kelsey, year number 2. A lot to be excited about. Some expectations here now. But, I mean, I'd be super excited. It's good to have Louisville and Kentucky both good at the same time once again. All right, let's hit an ad, and then we'll go top 10 here. Over here at the College Basketball Experience, we are brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost's first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn back cash rewards, 100% approval for betting deposits. Sign up with the Edge Boost.bet promo code SGPN. Deposit 25 and Edge Boost will match your deposit. That's edgeboost.bet promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. The promo code for that is TCE SGPN, or get a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 with that. For DGens, they got MyBookie money bag. They got accept Customers from a ton of different locations, easily depositable, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. That is a mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, let's go the top 10. Chat's alive and well tonight. Appreciate you guys hopping in. Number 10, there you go. I see some Kentucky fans. Kentucky fans are always in here. The Kentucky Wildcats coming in at number 10. Super talented, a lot of moving pieces here, but the guards are going to be good. Lowe coming over from Pitt. Aberdeen coming over from Florida. I mean, unbelievable going from Florida to Kentucky. Cam Williams coming over from Tulane. I like Diabate as a glue guy here over from Alabama. And then I love Quayton's coming over from Arizona State. Originally, he was going to play for Cal there. And then, I mean, the guy coming back, the huge piece for these Big Blue Nation diehards is Otega Owe, man. That's a big piece having him back as kind of your do-it-all guard, good size, year 2 in Mark Pope. I think this team is more talented than last year. I think they're going to be tougher too. Maybe they don't shoot it at as high a clip as they did last year, but I think they're a better all-around team than they were last year. So Kentucky fans, top 10 for me, year 2, Mark Pope preseason. I like a lot of what they've done so far. The Dukies coming at number 9 for me. So we go from one bit blue blood to another. The Boozer brothers coming in here, Cameron and Caden. I think it doesn't need much of a introduction with Duke. I think, yes, they lose a lot, but I think that they did a good job of bringing back a bunch of key pieces as well. Caleb Foster coming back, Isaiah Evans coming back, the big fella that I always butcher his name, Ngamba, coming back. I think, yes, they lose 3 lottery picks, including the best player in the draft, Cooper Flagg, but they do a good enough job here with some of the pieces. Malik Brown's coming back, a guy that can guard multiple positions. I think Duke will be a top 10 team, but it will be an improved ACC. I was very critical of the ACC last year. The ACC will be light years ahead next year, adding Will Wade, Ryan Odom, another year of Pat Kelsey. I don't know what I make of North Carolina, but at least those teams are taking a step with their investment in the NIL and portal. At number 8, I got the UCLA Bruins. UCLA, solid year last year, round of 32. They went out and got the Mountain West Player of the Year, Donovan Dent, to add to a bunch of starters that they're bringing back. Sky Clark, Eric Daly, Bilodeau, however you pronounce it. I always butcher his name as well. Xavier Booker coming over from Sparty. This is a good balanced team. I like UCLA to contend here in year 2 in the Big Ten with Mick Cronin. Not year 2 with Mick Cronin at UCLA, year 2 in the Big Ten here for the UCLA Bruins. Next team, the Michigan. Speaking of Big Ten, Michigan's a hard team to gauge because we're waiting on the Lindenberg NBA draft decision. It sounds like he's going to stay in the draft, but I mean, it's a lot of money he's leaving on the table at Michigan potentially. But if he really does go 15th or 20th in the draft, he would make that money. So Lindenberg, they would drop down if Lindenberg stays in the draft. They would go outside the top 10 for me. But Cadeau coming in from Carolina. They do bring back Gale and Burnett, the big fella from UCLA. Mara coming in. If Lindenberg does leave, Morez Johnson, I think, slides into that spot. I trust Dusty May. A common theme here, and we'll get to another second-year head coach. Pat Kelsey, Mark Pope, Dusty May. All home run hires last year. All have done a good job in the portal. Year 2, Calipari even. And really got their teams taking advantage of the momentum of March or just their first year season. So a lot to be excited if you're a fan of those programs headed into year 2 of this new regime. At number 6, I got the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Speaking of year 2 jumps, a lot of these teams will want to make a jump like Texas Tech did into the Elite Eight. And, man, if they had just held on, they might have won the national championship if they had held on against Florida. JT Toppin's back. Yeah, he's making $4 million a year. He's pretty damn good. That's a good place to start. Christian Anderson as well coming back, and then they did a good job in the portal here, bringing over Lawan Watts from Wazoo. I liked his game. I like Donovan Atwell coming over from Greensboro. I like Josiah Mosley as well. I also like the other guys that they have brought in the portal. Mosley coming from Villanova, Brian coming from Santa Clara. They brought guys from winning programs, and that's what McCaslin's done in his first couple of years. He's identified guys at winning programs, brought them into Texas Tech, molded them. Darian Williams was a perfect example when he was at Nevada. I know Williams is in the NBA draft now, and it sounds like he's going to be in the portal if he does come back. But Texas Tech, number 6, they'll be a versatile team once again, and they'll be loaded. So love me some Red Raider, guns up, baby, Big 12. The UConn Huskies. See, I'm not a UConn hater. I got them at preseason fucking 5, everybody. UConn. Now, I will say if Alex Caravan does leave, they will drop out of the top 10. But I do like this team. I think they're more athletic. They're longer. They're tougher this year than they were a year ago. Silas Damari coming over from Georgia. I think that's a huge get. They got bigger at the guard spot like they were with Tristan Newton. I like Solo Ball as well coming back. And then if they do keep Caravan, I like Jalen Stewart on the wing. I like Terrace Reed as well on the inside. And they're gonna be pretty deep if they have all these guys back. They're bringing in Malachi Smith as well from Dayton, and then their freshman class is solid as well. UConn will be right back in the thick of things, man. If they are able to keep everybody intact here, and they'll contend for a national championship and a Big East title once again under Dan Hurley. So UConn at number 5, and I touched on second-year coaches that should be excited headed into their second year. Calipari, Pat Kelsey, Mark Pope, Dusty May, Kevin Young, BYU. Oh, my. BYU is going to be a preseason top 5 team. And that's pretty crazy just from covering this and watching the sport my entire life. BYU has always been a really good program. Don't get me wrong. But what they've been able to do, investing and taking advantage of what they did last year, hell, even the last 2 years. Mark Pope, before he went to Kentucky, the momentum that they've gotten since they entered the Big 12 and investing with this NIL is almost unmatched. I mean, them and Kentucky have the 2 biggest payrolls, and then it sounds like Texas Tech, Louisville, Arkansas, maybe Michigan, and some of these teams that are going with payrolls north of $12 million, St. John's. But BYU, headlined by A.J. DeBonsta, the number 1 player in the country, coming in here. A lot of the good freshmen are coming. A lot of the good freshmen are going into the Big 12 headed into next year. So 1 and 2 there. DeBonsta has gone back and forth in the rankings with Darren Peterson. So they'll be in the same league. And then I'll get to the big fella from Houston that's also at the top of the list. Freshmen, I think freshmen are going to emerge again because the COVID 5th year is no longer a thing, and we'll get less and less 23 and 24-year-olds. Now I say that, and this fucking court judge, whatever's going on, will pass, and then everybody will be able to play till they're 40. So I may have just jinxed it, but anyway, I digress. They bring in Rob Wright from Baylor. They bring back Richie Saunders. They bring back Dawson Baker. Kate is coming back as well. Go get Kennard Davis from Southern Illinois. Dude, this team's loaded. This team's loaded. They can score. They got size. They got speed. And I'll give Kevin Young a lot of credit, man. He learned a lot in his first year, and he made the adjustments. I think BYU takes another step this year in year 3 of the Big 12. At number 3, I got Slick Rick Pitino. Yeah, they lose 4 starters, and I got him at 3 because, well, they're going to be able to make a jump shot this year. They went out and got 3 guards that shot around 40% from 3, and I still think they're going to remain tough on the perimeter from a guarding standpoint. Ian Jackson coming over from North Carolina. They also went out and got Oziah Sellers from Stanford. I loved him under Kyle Smith last year. Jason Sandin coming over from Arizona State. The X Factor, Bryce Hopkins, I think he's going to return to his old form. If he does, that takes this team to a whole different level and makes them a national championship contender, because we know what we're going to get from Zuby in the middle. Double, toughness, rim protector. If they get a point forward that can score the ball, that's going to be that's going to take this team to a whole different level. And they get Dylan Mitchell from Cincinnati and Texas, so they can play big, they can play small. They got Darling. They just signed him today, I think, coming over from Idaho State. This team's got some versatility, and that's what happens when you got a $12 million payroll. So Pitino has got St. John's humming. I like St. John's a little bit more than you kind of get next year, so we'll see. I'm all for that turning into a big-time rivalry. And at number 2 and number 1, I got the two teams. They got the most continuity coming back. This isn't rocket science. I see people in the chat saying Purdue will fall back. No, they will not. Braden Smith is the best point guard in college basketball. He's back. Fletcher Lawyer is back. Trey Kaufman-Wren is back. CJ Cox is back. And then they went out and got Oscar Clough from South Dakota State, a double-double machine, another big body to pair with Kaufman-Wren in the front court. Jacobson's a year older. Harris is on this roster as well. And they bring in Liam Murphy from North Florida. Burgess as well. I mean, this team's deep. This team's got size. No, they don't have Zach Edey, but they're pretty damn good. And Braden Smith is an absolute vet. And in my opinion, the best point guard in college basketball. And that's why he's making $4 million a year. So, yeah, if you're making $4 million a year, you're pretty damn good probably, unless you're Carson Beck down there at Miami. All right, number 1, I got the Houston Cougars. So, back-to-back national runners-up for my top 2 teams. They bring back Joseph Tugler. They bring back Emmanuel Sharp. I anticipate Milos Uzon coming back, which I think he's going to take a huge step in year number 2 in Kelvin Sampson's offense. Then you look at it, they go out and get the talented big freshman Chris Scenic. I think he's going to fit right in. He's a typical Sampson big. And here's their X factor, Pop Isaacs. I know Pop Isaacs is a polarizing figure, but I'll trust Kelvin Sampson. I think he, in a third spot in 3 years, I think Pop Isaacs fits in. Him and Sharp and Uzon make shots. They're bigger than they were last year. Love Cryer, love Juwan Roberts, but I think Houston is just as good as last year potentially with this roster. So they're my number 1. Houston, Purdue. If I had to give out a national championship today, and I would hope actually that'd be the national championship, so one of those guys could win, in Sampson and Painter. All right, let's hit one more ad, and then I'll get to some of the comments in the chat, because over here at the College Experience, we are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Our pick'em entry is out there. Sign up today and use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick and first-time deposit. Offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That is the Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. And we are also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your home back for AI picks and props. Dominate the NBA playoffs and MLB prop market. Building your own model simply. Rhythm knows you'll have what it takes. Get your 7-day free trial today by heading over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is the sportsgamblingpodcast.com. So it's RITHMM. Promo code SGPN or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial today by heading over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All righty, we are back. Parlay P says Uzon declared. Yeah, he did declare, but he can still come back. And he's probably going to come back because he's a projected second-round pick. I would be stunned if he's staying in the draft. That would be a bad business decision, in my opinion. But, hey, if he does stay in the draft, then, I mean, I guess more power to him. But he could still come back. He did that declare for the draft but can come back to school option. Darian Williams to Kansas. Yeah, that's the rumor. If Darian Williams goes to Kansas, Kansas goes from about that 21 spot to about 10. And like I said, that would be a perfect fit to what they need already. So Peanut T Posse saying Ian Jackson is his point guard. I did see Pitino say that, but that's why I think he went and got Darling today as an insurance to Jackson. So I think he's going to give Jackson the opportunity to fill that Kadari Richmond role. But I think that's why he went out and got Darling. So St. John, they got so many different options, and that's why I'm really, really high on that team. And they got Rick Pitino. So when in doubt, I'll trust slick Rick Pitino. Yes, top salaries going around $4 million for an individual player. The top rosters are going around for 15 to 20 mil. I don't think Kentucky's touched 20 mil just yet. But they're over 15 mil. And yeah, money's not a problem in Lexington or Provo right now, or in West Texas in Lubbock. David says, David, too many question marks for me to put them in the top 10. Be happy with 13 with your Arizona Wildcats. Calamari, Cannabis Capper. I agree with you, Cap. I'm not as high on Iowa State without Gilbert and Jones. I don't know if they're going to be able to score the ball, and I would agree with you. Last year was their national championship contender. They just got hurt, and they petered out in the tournament. But this year will be more of the grinded out type Otzelberger team. Cannabis Capper says, why isn't DePaul in the top 25? Close cap. I need to see it more than just against teams in the Horizon, the MAC, whoever they play in November and December. I need to see them do it against the Big East consistently before I truly buy into your RuPaul Blue Demons here. So, all right, I think that is it for the chat. Curtis Roark is projected to be picked by Winnipeg tomorrow. Curtis Roark as in the quarterback? Oh, all right. Well, good. Well, best of luck to Roark. I enjoyed watching him play this last year at Indiana for Cignetti, especially when he was playing with like a torn ACL for a lot of the year. Wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. Guys, I appreciate you rocking with me for the way too early top 25. I got some more scouting reports coming out here. We'll do some more coaches stuff. We'll resume the college football experience tomorrow night. Big Ten coaches rankings 1 through 18. Go check out the SEC 1 through 16. We broke those down, and shout out to you, Parlay P. Donate $9, or $9.99, rounds up to 10. So I appreciate you. Nothing like a nice off-season little donation. I appreciate you guys. And let's continue to build this show and get this thing. There we go. Where am I? Hold on. There we go. No more looking at the graphic anymore. I appreciate you guys liking and subscribing and tuning in every night, man. It's you guys are what makes this engine grow, and we're gonna keep building this baby up, baby. So that's all I got. Like I said, go subscribe, go check out all the draft coverage. If you want to hear about Shador Sanders and all that bullshit, the main guys over at the Sports Gambling Podcast have you covered. But Colby and I will be back tomorrow talking football, and then I'll continue to push out more off-season content in that shorter form, just so that you guys, it makes it more easily digestible, more convenient for you guys to take in more college basketball content off-season long. Guys, appreciate you rocking. Another edition of Mac Tonight in the book. Mac Tonight signing off over here at the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here. Cheers, everybody.